Hey, what's up? Big week this week. Obviously, some really cool things happened. Actually, after a couple clients that I see here this afternoon, I'm gonna record again. I tweeted, man, I wish I started taking notes. Obviously, with a little bit of a change in schedule, I start to get into some other things that I haven't been able to fit into the schedule. And right off this week, a lot of concepts that I thought were cool. Things I'm always trying things. I don't know that they're right or wrong. I'll kind of find out after I try them, and hopefully, if they're wrong, there's no damage and no need for damage control. But talking about some things in coaching and some ideas that I was able to try as early as Monday after my weekly calendar changed. But what I want to talk about now is something I was waiting for, and things are not 100% in stone at this point in terms of where we're going to be moving forward in terms of being able to work with folks privately in different locations. But here's what I am ready to say. Probably within the next 30 to 45 days, we will have very firm idea of two locations in New York City. We're going to be a couple blocks up in Soho, similar to where we were previously, and we're also going to be at 57th and 3rd, which, if you're not familiar with New York City, it might be a mile and a half, and you're basically in two completely different locations. With that in mind, if there are some folks that are in New York City, around New York City, willing to relocate to New York City, Kyle Bowser and I are definitely looking to grow what we're looking to accomplish and to find some really good people. Whether it be there'll probably be some more opportunities for a therapist and or a chiro, but also from a training piece as well in these two different locations. When things are signed, sealed, and delivered, we will we'll explain a little bit more, but it's very, very exciting. The two locations are going to be fundamentally different in their culture and in the service model of what the facility exists, but ultimately we're going to be able to go back and forth. And as it relates to me, a lot of folks know that last year, Allie and I were supposed to move to Florida. That got stymied, if you will, from the shutdown, et cetera, et cetera. But I think we're going to be cementing that decision, and probably by the end of March, relocating to Palm Beach area, which, as many people know, is like the sixth borough of New York. I have every intention to continue to have a presence in New York City, Westchester County, and Connecticut, but I'll be going back and forth, and also have availability in Florida. As it relates to that, I think tomorrow, maybe, I don't even know. It doesn't matter when you happen to watch this. Tomorrow or the next day, we've got my next Canada basketball responsibilities, and when I come back after quarantine, I am going to see some folks in Florida. I'm formally licensed, have needles, will travel. We're gonna set up our spot there. This place won't be permanent yet, but I actually will be available in Palm Beach area. I mean, I'm gonna have a car. I'm just gonna try to work and go see some friends and see some people. But the 24th and 25th, if anyone is interested, basically, so let's call it from Jupiter down to Boca, then I'll be available that Wednesday, the 24th. And Thursday morning, the 25th. Just get in touch. Everything's above board. Licensed physical therapist in the state of Florida. If you're not familiar, therapeutic dry needling is available in Florida. For many, many years it wasn't. So I'm sure there's some folks doing it, but I'm pretty sure they haven't been doing it in a long time unless they've been breaking the law. So we'll be able to get after that. And it's exciting. Some changes. I can't wait to talk about the new facility in Soho. I think it's going to be very exciting to be able to run, particularly given what my availability will be, to be able to set up experiences, more so than just 1 hour sessions, even though those will certainly be available. And we've been at 57th and 3rd a little bit since the middle fall. Haven't been terribly vocal about it because wasn't 100% sure if we're going to be staying there. we're available there. I'll be able to see some folks in March after I get back from Puerto Rico and that short trip to Florida. But it's exciting. I know I have some plans. I'm going to continue to stretch myself as best that I can, but no more. And I'm looking forward to learning what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. And most important for this summer is get to the Olympics with Canada basketball, and then go back into a similar schedule that I've had for the last 5 months. Should my clients still be interested in working with me. So interesting stuff. Hey, Florida, 24th and 25th. Message me if you'd like to get on the calendar. Palm Beach Gardens, Jupiter, south, maybe to as far down as Boca, depending on what locations I can procure. I'm still available in New York. I won't be available again until March, but Kyle is certainly available. And again, whether it's in Florida, growth will happen. I'm certain of that. But ultimately, if there is someone interested in getting involved with what we're doing as an associate in New York City, physical therapist, certainly, I think most people know I do not look at the right chiro as any different from a physical therapist. It would be an association, so everything would be above board. These are things that I feel very confident in discussing publicly, and I think less, but still available if somebody was looking to get some training time within our model with our patients that we don't see on a regular basis. Both of our facilities will have the ability to handle some fitness things. So hopefully that makes sense. My calendar will open in March, but obviously the schedule changed as early as a Monday, and some clinical things that I'm going to film something in a little while after I see a couple people here in the office, and try to talk a little bit about what I just got real excited because it was the first time I was able to coach a group in a while, and some of the things that up until I think last weekend, there was a significant strongman competition. So one of the gyms that I train at has a lot of strongmen, and I saw 3 that went into this competition that regularly train at that gym and discuss a little bit of some of the presentations that we saw with them, and what it just gets exciting when you see things materialize, and then also when you see people really succeed. I'll finish with just that. I sent out a tweet, and the podcast that I did with Allie that we recorded last night, so I'm sure that'll be out in the next couple of days. Again, if you're watching this months from now, go back to Allie Gilbert's podcast, Allie Do Is Win, and that's really what she calls it. And you'll see, I don't like talking about certain things. Sometimes it's a little bit cryptic, sometimes it's not as cryptic, but it's really special to be part of something, even if it's a small part, even if it's not an official part, to be a recognized part of something that's bigger than just yourself. And I don't know that I always felt that when I was younger, working in professional sports, when I was in Philly, when I was in the D League, or some other things. And then obviously lots of things changed for me as a person when I went to Marsac, and then everything after that. But to watch other people succeed, for them to, whether it's publicly or not, is completely irrelevant to me. For them to recognize and just say thank you, and it was absolutely ironic. You go through your things on Facebook and you scale back and like whatever happened on that date, and one of the things that I don't remember what year it was. I might have been going through a challenging time, which was around 2015 and 2016. Is the only thing a man wants is to be appreciated, and. And there's a little bit more of an explanation on Allie's podcast, but if you know, you know, and if you don't, one of the things that is just an absolutely sensational, emotional feeling is to be part of something that everybody just does their part, and some really cool things happen, and it's a privilege to have those types of opportunities. And I don't care if my name is ever associated with it in a public fashion. That's not what motivates me. And it's really cool to see that rewarded for other people. And that was really very, very cool for that really cool thing that happened on Sunday night. So, all right, I'm going to film again later, so I'm going to be wearing the same shirt, same background. And if anybody's seen a leprechaun, say yeah.